I was told that we need to wrap up this session by 11:45, so we got about 7 minutes for questions, and I do like to ask some of these wonderful speakers around the questions. In the start of your business in Hong Kong, what are the Hong Kong advantages, and would you please share a real-life example of how this advantage has helped your business growth? We'll start with Lisa.
I would have to say the closeness that we have to China is a great advantage for, at least for Sheer. When we first opened the shop, we needed to buy a lot of supplies, like how Shenzhen is the capital in the world for consumer good parts. China is a great manufacturing country, so we were able to get our mannequins, our hangers, some small knickknacks to the larger things in about a couple of weeks. So we were able to open the shop in about 1 month, including all the renovations. So that is in record time, in my opinion. So the closeness that we have to China makes things a lot easier for in terms of a retail perspective.
Thank you. David?
So I think I agree with Martin. It's for us as a producing company, I think the main advantage is having the proximity to all our manufacturers across the border, combined with quite low tax levels. There's no social security fees for employees and those kind of things, and that makes us able to grow much faster than we could have done anywhere else in the world, I think.
Thank you. Martin?
Yeah, I think I already mentioned most of it, like manufacturing. What really makes Hong Kong stand out, though, like from Chinese cities and China in general, is that Hong Kong is very multicultural. So it's easy to assemble a team from all over the world that can go global. Like, when you look at Chinese startups, most of them actually specialize on the Chinese market. But in Hong Kong, the market is actually so small that the Hong Kong local market is so small that you have to go global. So what you see in Hong Kong is that most startups, they kind of exploit China in that kind of way, like in terms of production and all these, but they really tend to go global, whereas with Chinese startups, you don't tend to see that.
Thank you. Amanda, you want to try the answer?
Well, for me, my business, my connection to China right now is to get cheaper packaging made and stuff. But other than that, no, my ingredients are not from China. My other connection to China is really getting the name out there. China, maybe later on to have my business there, because a lot of China tourists coming through here. A lot of the China new shopping malls do look at what Hong Kong shopping malls are up to. So I do get a lot of inquiries about opening up in China shopping malls. But other than that, so far my connection in China is not so strong because I don't use any ingredients from there except for packaging.
Thank you. We got about 3 more minutes, so I'm going to try this one. This question is from Canada. It's really for Lisa. Congratulations on your success of being a role model, Lisa. As a role model, what advice would you have for women around the world who are anticipating business startups?
I would have to say, as a woman, never to underestimate your potential. Especially if you're looking to start a business in Asia, you may feel like it's a very man's world out here, but actually in Hong Kong it's not. It's very open to women and women starting up their own businesses. Like Amanda said, if you really believe in it, you're not afraid to get down and dirty in the kitchen and do what you need to do. But I think women are just as strong as men. It's just that sometimes we underestimate ourselves and what we can do. So never lose sight of your passion. And when things get tough, and it will get tough, just keep moving forward. No, don't look back.
Great advice. Thank you. Well, I'm going to give the last question to Amanda. What is harder, being a model or a pastry chef?
A pastry chef is definitely hard because I'm dependent on a whole team. I have, to make everything, it's not a one-man show. It's, I have to make sure, management is what's the hardest for me. I have such a hard time managing people and finding staff that understands what I want. And even for me to understand my staff, sometimes it gets difficult. We're also in a generation now where compromise is not quite, doesn't seem to exist in their minds somehow. You know, working hard to get where you want is not, the new generation does not have really that in their mentality. And I struggle with that. Whereas when I was a model, I just have to show up with clean hair, nice nails, and clean skin, and not fat. As long as I show up to my work like that, I'm absolutely fine, because they'll tell me what to do after I get there.
So the second half of the question is that being a celebrity in Hong Kong, does that help your business grow?
It helps so much. It helps so much. I was able to have zero budget for marketing. And just by calling the press and say, please come by, have tea with me, then they'll shoot something. Every time I still do appearances to events. I get a chance to go on TV shows and show things. People will read the things I write on, like the Weibo blog. I'm really just wrapping around social media now. I was really behind on that. But I started my Instagram only a few weeks ago, and it's already reached a few thousand. So you could just get attention fast, and getting the word out there is quite easy. So I was able to start this on a lower budget and make it a project that probably would have needed more money to have started. And, you know, it really, being famous is great. So I started with my name on it, Petite Amanda, thinking that's really, you know, using my celebrity power. Then I speak to someone who's very successful in Hong Kong, who sold his business, and he said, Amanda, if your business ever becomes successful, you might regret that part. Because if you sell it off, it is forever going to be Petite Amanda and won't be yours anymore. So yeah, that was the only, I didn't think big, obviously, as you can tell. But yes, being a celebrity helps a lot.
Well, thank you very much to all these wonderful speakers. I hope you enjoyed the session. The chief executive is coming to join us for lunch. So with that said, please help me to give the biggest round of applause to thank all these great speakers.